This is a quick video of a replacement of a fuel pump on a 1999 F150 extended cab long bed. This is the fuel pump. I'm sorry, the fuel tank. I just removed it. Basically, once I got the truck up on the lift, there's only two straps holding this tank in place, and there's like I think 4 or 5 bolts that hold this fuel filter in. And as you can see, this is the new fuel filter. And when you take the tank down, you're gonna have to take down the 2 hoses that go up to the filler port, and hose here, connector here, the connector here. So that's what you'll have to do there. Be sure to make sure that the tank is either already drained out or it's strapped very well, because once the tank is sloshing around while you're moving it around, it can fall, it can get unstable and fall down. So here's a picture of the straps that hold up the tank. And if you'll look under here, you'll see where the tank goes. The tank goes right in here, and those are the connectors. I decided to do this instead of dropping the bed because I didn't want to have to deal with any problems removing the bolts to get to the bed, since some of the bolts are behind the frame, and I didn't know how hard that would be to remove, so I just went ahead and did it this way. But as you can see here, this is where this would go in, and it turns like this, and it bolts right in right there. So once you remove that bolt, swing it around, take this one out, and do the same thing on the other side, which is, I want to say it was down here somewhere. And then I also did the fuel filter while I was here. You should be able to drop it and put it back in. So I'll show you what the old pump looked like. Old pump is here. Old filter. And the only reason why I replaced it is because I'm getting about 10 pounds of pressure, and it's really difficult to figure out if it's the regulator or the pump. So I figure I'll go with the pump, since the vehicle has over 300,000 miles on it. So I'm just gonna do the pump, and hopefully it works. But at 10 pounds of pressure, I mean, it's not expected for the vehicle to start. It takes a long time for it to build pressure and actually start. When you press on the throttle, it will actually start to stall out a little bit, and the gauge shows that it was dropping to about well, when it's actually running, it's about 23 pounds, and it drops to about 19 pounds. It starts to stutter. So hopefully this will fix it. But anyway, just to give you an idea of replacing a fuel pump on an F-150. Okay, so this is the tank in position, ready to move up into position. And another reason why I replaced this pump is because the fuel sending unit is acting kind of like sometimes you can't really depend on it. Sometimes it says it's quarter full, sometimes it says it's half full. So if I'm gonna go through all this trouble, I might as well just replace everything. So as I push this, it's going to raise up into position, and I will come back in a minute. So as you can see, I got this strap in place, still holding it up, but it's in place. So now I'm gonna start putting it in. Now I know that that side is in, I can go ahead and move the jack over on the floor to make room for this strap to go here. Okay, so now I'm going to try to start it with the new fuel pump to see what happens when I snap the throttle. Okay, so see, it's way higher than it was when I first bought the truck. I mean, it was like around 19, and it was going lower than that when I first got it. So far, looks like the pump was the problem. And the reason why I even started with it in the first place is because I was getting bank 1 and bank 2 lean codes. So now I should be able to drive it and clear those codes. It should do just fine now.